Hello, welcome to Galba's Gaming. In this video I'm going to be talking about the underused, underrated Three Musketeers split push deck. I've been using this over the past few weeks and from what I've seen it is strong and extremely rare. The deck is made up of very cheap cards surrounding the expensive 9 elixir Musketeers, which allows flexibility as well as exceptional counter capabilities through the miner and goblins. Unlike the golem giant with Three Musketeers deck, it does not rely on the opponent having an insta-kill spell or combination. That being said, it is still frustrating and difficult versus a level higher fireball which one-shots muskets. Weaknesses include Golem Giant, Three Musketeers and especially air decks. However, both of these aren't that common currently. Perhaps the Inferno Dragon and Mega Minion would change things. Anyway, let's have a look at this game. So this is a strong starting hand. I do really like having the miner and goblin push to start off with. The idea of it's good starting and allows for my main thing, which is the split push. But even with this sort of sub attack, as it were, I'm able to get 1,000 damage on right hand tower as well as defend unguarded hog very efficiently. And yeah, so I'm 1 above an elixir and 1,000 damage plus on him. So this is what this video is all about. It's the split push. So it starts with the knight in the back. I'm gonna put down the musketeers just in front of the king tower. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Bit of lag there. And I'm gonna put my miner onto the top right. It's a bit annoying with that fireball, but it doesn't quite take them out. Well, Zap certainly does, and I flood the right hand side. Now if you can keep that musketeer alive with barely any life, look at the value that musketeer. 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots on the tower with 1 health remaining. That is value right there. I'm able to sidetrack that P.E.K.K.A, but unable to put down the cannon in time to defend against that hog, but it does take the blast damage from the fire spirits. So right now I'm thinking, do I want to do another big push or am I going to flood the board? The difficulty in doing the split push here is you cannot put down the muskets where I normally put them, or indeed at the back, because they'll end up going one way. It's really annoying. Sorry, and that happens when they've only got 1 tower down. He's carrying a bit of elixir here, not really sure what's going on. So if you did want to put the musketeers down, you would have to put them in the middle of your side of the field, as it were. But anyway, I decided to go for the split push and see what happens. Again, he's just holding mana back. I think he's just given up this game and he just wants, yeah, there we go. He just wants to try and get a tower down. But again, I'm able to take that out very quickly and efficiently and counterattack with it. And yeah, I mean, he probably could have defended this, but to be honest, with 30 seconds still left on the board, I would probably been able to get 3-star anyway. It's very difficult to defend against minions and goblins, just small cheap units on both sides. It's just flooding both sides. It's very difficult to deal with unless you two are, have small units or able to sort of kite them into the middle. Let's go into another one, which it's actually against a deck which I want to do a video on. I'm just waiting on my bowler to become a higher level. His cards could be higher, but it's still a very good video which shows the power of the musketeers even when they have a sliver of health left. So again, I start with my good old miner, but this time with the minions. It gets completely shut down. It gives me a well played there. I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but each their own, I suppose. And so here we go. This is where I start my split push. Now this is quite scary. I don't like doing a split push into big giants because I don't know what they're going to put behind it. They could put the 3 musketeers behind it, which I really struggle with dealing with. But anyway, I do this. I nearly mess up. If the wizard or the bowler managed to get a shot each onto my muskets, they would be dead, and this fight would have gone completely differently. I would have probably lost half my life on my on that bottom right tower, but I'm able for them to just survive on a sliver of life again, and in come the goblins, the minions. The minions are able to take 3 shots from the tower, and just those 2 musketeers with sliver of life are able to get away and do colossal amount of damage. That is ridiculous value right there, and again shown again there with the skeletons on the musketeer, a 1-to-4 trade-off. Obviously, his musketeer was defending here. Now, he may think I'm going to do my same push again, but instead I mix things up. I try and just do a bit of damage, take him off guard, because I don't want him to do his big push, which I'm scared of. So I just attack with the minor goblins. The reason why I did that, I didn't want him to do what he's doing on the right-hand side right now. It looks like he's trying to do one mega push, and it's difficult to deal with. I choose to drop both my musketeers on the left-hand side. I don't think that was necessarily the right thing to do, but somehow I managed to deal with this right-hand push of his, and take down that left tower. And obviously now I'm going to be able to take down the right tower, and that is going to be it. I mean, again, like I said, when you've got both towers down and able to flood the board on both sides, and I suppose put down a musketeer if you feel like it, it's just exceptionally difficult to deal with. And here we go again, his big push, which is scary. Able to just defend that off, and looks like my musketeers are... No, the Ice Spirit's going to freeze that. And the minions are going to finish it off. There it is, another 3-star. With this deck, you will find that if you get one tower down, which you will do often, you will, but you also find that sometimes you get both towers down to low health and not take either one down. But if you get one tower down, it's likely you're going to get 2 or 3 down. There are different forms of this deck which I use. In tournament level, I switch out the goblins because I just don't like the zap being able to one-shot goblins. So I swap out the melee goblins for mini skeletons, and the archers for the goblin spears, which is essentially the same trade-off. It's 1 and 3 instead of a 2 and 2. Here it is. You could, if you don't have the minor, you're gonna struggle a bit. You can swap it for a Valkyrie or a giant, but it just doesn't have quite the same punch, because obviously the minor small minion push is strong in itself. But it's a fun deck. I've managed to get pretty high up with it, nearly 3600. That was before I level 8 musketeers. I got to 11 wins, which really annoyed me. I actually came up against a very similar deck in my final game, and I just did a slight misplay, and well, that's how it goes. You just lose it on a slight misplay. Yeah, give it a go, and please, if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and like. I'm hoping to do a lot more videos in the future, and I hope to do some with my friend Chucky. Have a good day, guys.